I've been health coaching. And in doing that, there's a couple things I just want to share with you guys, you coaches out there that are doing that. A couple things that I have really, really taken into and that helped me in my coaching business is, number one is you got to be on the training calls, okay? Susan says it all the time. You got to show up. You just got to do that. And so I am on every call. I don't care if it's a subject that I've heard before. I listen to it again. And if I miss a call, I listen to it within 24 hours. So that's something that has really helped me. Number two is lean on your support team. You know, they are there to help you. I call my health coach, well, I'm kind of obsessed, but I call her at least every other day, you know, and they're there to answer no silly questions or anything. They're there to help you and support you in whichever way that they can. And then also be coachable. You know, Susan and Lisa, they tell me to go get a whiteboard and write my goals down. I go get a whiteboard and write my goals down. They tell me to do certain things. I'm like, okay, it's done. It's that easy. And the other thing, the last is I really, really want to express this. It's so important is to do the work. Hashtag DTW, because I tell you what, Optavia has everything, the wheel's already set. All we have to do is the work. So that being said, thank you. And I'm loving my life. Thank you.
All right. So that we can pretty much close that. I'm just joking. Awesome. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Christina. It's a few minutes after the hour, so we're going to pop right in. But great takeaways. Just you guys, so many of you. I bet you all could go off mute just to share what we're doing, what everyone's doing the work. You're here tonight. So first of all, congratulations on that. And if you're loving the boot camp series, I think what I'm loving is this skill sets plus mindsets plus action, right? And action really comes down to like what we do daily. And I wanted to share a quote with all of you from Jim Rohn, who's just the master, right? It's one of my favorites of his, is success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, right? He breaks it down so simply. I'm going to say that again. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. I love the word simple because our program is simple, right? The 5-in-1 is simple, but then it's about the discipline of just practicing it every day. The 3x3x3, pretty simple, but it's just the discipline of practicing it every day and staying consistent. So as we kind of kick into this goal of what we're really doing over these 6 weeks, it's about keeping it simple and practicing those disciplines that is going to not just create what we're doing this month or what we're doing over the season, but to create your future. And that's exciting, right? And really what we've been doing is just kind of laying out the framework over these last 6 weeks to help you guys move your business forward. So I would love for everyone in the chat to name one thing they did today, just today, to move your business forward. What's one simple discipline you did today? I'm going to start seeing, I like it. I actually can't read it as I'm hosting, right? But be reading through those. Those are ideas. Like, let's just do one thing. It's just really showing up. Like, touch your business every single day. So what we've been really prepping you for is we have an awesome topic for you guys tonight is, kind of setting up what are the skill sets. Like the mindset piece has really been, it's woven throughout. They've been nailing it on Saturday mornings. I don't know about any of you, but really what are the skill sets in order for us and then being out in action throughout the rest of the week. So setting up our month well, that skill set of staying consistent with the 333. Oh my goodness, like the health assessment, the way it was been broken down over these last few Thursday night boot camps, like I show up to a training to hear something to make my craft better. And I've had a few health assessments this week. And so thank you, because I just want to be better at my craft. We can always come to learn with that sort of a focus. And today we're really moving into starting clients strong. And I can share with you, I've been coaching for almost 9 years, that this is a cornerstone, like the framework of trusting ourselves that we actually show up and do what we say we're going to do, right? When we set that like platform and that cornerstone for our clients. But it's really about being unapologetic about what is best for them, right? Being that professional. And it is like first impressions are made. And did you guys know in the first 10th of a second you meet somebody, right? But they last forever. Like we usually can remember how we felt about that person in the first 60 seconds. So really setting up our clients strong, it is such a, the cornerstone of everything we're going to talk about today about referrals and creating everything you want on the other side of it. If you want more integrated clients and want to have more integrated coaches, start your clients strong. So I'm excited as we're kind of going into that today. We're going to talk, Lindsay and Ashley are phenomenal and are just the masters here on daily text, that art. And I love the word that they use, that Brad, Ashley, you guys came up with the word art for 1 week in duration calls, right? It's an art form. And that's what's fun about it. Art's meant to be creative and fun and enjoyable. And then we're going to follow up today about how to finish your month strong, follow up and referrals. Because what is it about you guys? Like all of you today, kudos for being on here and staying consistent. This is sometimes where people lose their like little mojo, right? Because they did their 3x3 for 3 days and they didn't have 11 clients yet. Hey guys, like just the simple disciplines every day yields success. Okay. And so as we move into that, I want to pass the mic to Lindsay and Ashley, who are going to move us into this topic, really break this down, get your pen and paper ready, turn off your distractions, show up for you tonight. So Lindsay and Ashley, you guys, you're there. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and let you guys come on in.
Thank you, Susan. So good. So many good things you shared. And last week, I do love too that we've gone over the health assessment a couple of times because it is really the cornerstone to integrating our clients and setting that up on the front. So that is our topic for today. Can you see my screen? All good? All right, cool. So we're talking about integrating clients. And so that really starts with that health assessment. And then we start using our daily text messages. Put a 1 in the chat if you use the daily text messages. Awesome. So I'm the type of person that I need to know if you're going to tell me to do something, I need to know why I have to do it. So we came up with a list of just the basic reasons why we should use the daily text messages. So first, what we do is going to duplicate to the coaches that join us on this mission. It keeps it really simple and efficient so that we can do more in less time. And this sets up clients for a successful journey. And every successful coach is with integrated clients is using these. So really, why would you not want to use them? So that's a little background on the why. I wanted to show you guys a picture of my home screen of my cell. So this is my home screen. I keep it really simple for myself. I have an Optavia folder and I have put the daily text messages in this folder so that they're easily accessed from my phone. So if you don't know how to do this, reach out to your support team, or you can easily YouTube it as well and figure out how to get these on your home screen so that you're not spending 10 minutes every day looking for this stuff. Because again, we're looking for the efficiencies so that we can grow really great businesses and keep it simple for everybody. So here are the basic steps in getting somebody started. So you did the health assessment, you set it up on the front end. So after they've said yes, they're ready to start their journey. This is setting the expectation. I find that this is one of the key things in doing at the end of a health assessment so that our clients know what's coming. They have no idea what it means for us to be Optavia coaches and what that means for their journey. So let them know you're going to be sending these daily text messages. For newer coaches, make sure that you keep your business coach in those text messages until you've had the conversation that you're ready to kind of do them on your own. You're going to introduce them in your client support page. And then you're going to do a 10-minute journey kickoff call with them the night before they start. Put a 2 in the chat if you've ever had a client get their box and not tell you and then start, and then 3 days later, they're letting you know that they already started their journey and they're not feeling good. So it's important that we set this up in the beginning, and the text number 4 actually prompts this. So that's another important reason to use the text, because it's kind of doing that work for us. Let them know you're going to be staying really close with them in that first week to make sure that they're successful and they feel their best. Who wouldn't want to be successful and feel their best? So they're going to be open to having these conversations with you. So we've set them up there. It's time to do the journey kickoff call. So these are the best steps that we've come up with. I think most of the leaders are doing this, and hopefully this is being passed on to everybody to keep this really easy to pass on these skills. So sending the 10-minute video prior to the journey kickoff call. If you don't know what this 10-minute video is, reach out to your support team so that you know, but it's at the bottom of the night before text. There's a 10-minute video in there. I believe it's Julie Baker that does it, and it's amazing because it sets everybody up to start their journey, and it gets all those questions answered that they were going to ask you on the phone. So before I jump on the phone with them for their journey kickoff call, I confirm that they've watched the video. Then I keep this call to 10 minutes because I want to respect their time. I want to show them that coaching doesn't take a lot of time. So let them know you're going to be calling them every night until they get into fat burn. I put confirm the time here because I think it's important that we kind of understand our client's schedule so that we have a window of time so we don't use the excuse of they never answer our phone call. So we're setting this up again, setting the expectation that we're going to be calling them every night. And then after you get off the phone with them, you're going to send them that night before text. All right, so now we're moving into the days 1 through 4. They're excited to start their journey. Here are the simple steps in making sure your client gets into fat burn. So the first 4 days, it is all about moving your clients and getting them into fat burn, right? It's very focused on the actual physical part of our program. So sending the text first thing in the morning, I lay in my bed, I look at who's on what day, and I send the text messages from my bed. So you can do it whenever you want. That's worked really well for me though. Keeping the calls for the check-ins to 3 to 5 minutes is super important, again, because we want to respect their time. And we're calling them on days 1 through 4 or until they get into fat burn. So I put this in there because sometimes I find that coaches will stop calling because we say days 1 through 4, but on day 4, their client still was feeling terrible, and then they just didn't call them on day 5. So we want to make sure that they're getting into fat burn. And here are some of the questions that I ask, and I keep it open-ended. And the reason I keep it open-ended because how many people have gone to you and said, I'm following the program perfectly and it's just not working. Well, are you measuring your lean and green? Well, no. So they're not actually following the plan, right? So I like to ask open-ended questions like, how many ounces of water are you drinking? How many fuelings have you eaten so far? Keep this fun. Send me a picture of your lean and green. We're not meant to be drill sergeants in this. Yes, we have compliances of the program, but we want to keep this really fun and light for them. In all of these calls, I'm layering coaching. Once again, I've layered it in the health assessment piece, and now I'm going to keep layering it through these days 1 through 4 as well. Once they're in fat burn, let them know you're going to be calling them for a 1-week integration call, but that you're still going to continue to send these text messages. Again, setting the expectation. All right. So we're getting into the good part here. Your client's in fat burn, they're loving their program, and now it's time to do a 1-week integration call. So I want to put this out there now. If you haven't been doing these, don't feel like, oh no, I can't start this now. I haven't done it with all those clients that already started. It's okay. This is your fresh start, your reset. This is what we want to do moving forward. So here are some good rules of thumb for you. Doing these with your support team. If you're below the rank of an ED, try to do these with all of your clients. And the reason we say below ED is because maybe you don't know some of the coach potentials that you have in your client base. So your support team has their coach glasses on because they've been doing this maybe a little bit longer than you, so they can see some of those coach potentials. And after an ED, or when you feel confident that you can identify coaches, do integration calls with coach potentials. And I have a few, I use these 5 things. I think this is from Terry Miller. I don't know, but these are kind of the things I start to think of when I'm identifying coach potentials. Are they coachable? Are they teachable? Do I like them? Do they have a good circle of influence? And are they enjoying program? Not that they're perfect, but they're enjoying it. They like it. So once again, I need to know why integration calls are important. So integration calls move clients to Coach Explorers, and it's another opportunity to layer coaching. It identifies coach potentials for those newer coaches, and it integrates our clients faster, and integrated clients become coaches sooner. Little disclaimer, the integration call is not a bait and switch. This is not the time to bring in your support team so that they can just say, hey, let's talk about coaching. So just know that it's not a bait and switch. We need to be doing, as the direct coaches, we need to be doing the layering up front so that when our business coach comes in, these calls don't seem weird and awkward and uncomfortable. We've kind of done the groundwork already. So 1 week integration calls, when do we do them? So the ideal time, and again, this is use your discernment here, but between days 7 and 8 of their journey is the ideal time to do a 1 week integration call. And guess what? The day 6 text sets this call up. Ashley Miller gave me this one today, and I absolutely love it because we're all busy, right? Your business coach is supporting lots of people. You're growing a big business. You have kids. There's a lot of stuff going on. So the simpler and more streamlined we can make this, the better it's going to be for everybody. So this is something she gave me today, and I absolutely love it. So in that day 6 text, before you send it, reach out to your support team and say, I have a client who's about to get their day 6 text. What's your availability tomorrow or the next so that I can match my availability with yours? How amazing is that? It's simple. It's easy. The support team's going to give that person a window of time, and then make yourself available. If you're the business coach, make yourself available. These calls are so important to be doing with our teams. Once you have confirmed the time, remind both your client and your support team the morning of, so that there's no missed opportunities here. Let your client know that your coach is going to join on the call. And we said that Zoom is always a faster way to integrate clients, right? When you can visually see somebody's emotions and how they're feeling about something, when you can visually look at somebody in the eyes, it's always going to help move them forward a little bit faster. So Zoom is just kind of a gold standard. If a call is going to work better for that person, then go for it. It's better than not doing it at all. And you want to make sure that you're setting this up on the front with your business coach so that they know where this client is currently at in their journey so that you can rock the integration call. So with that being said, I know this is a lot of stuff, but we wanted to keep it very simple for you. And Ashley is going to take it over and talk about what this 1 week integration call is actually going to look like.
Oh, that was so good, Lindsay. Thank you for explaining all of that. I hope people are really seeing how simple the flow is and seeing the link between how you integrate a client through a health assessment is the setup for your integration call. They both go hand in hand. So, all right, now we're going to talk about the 4 components and how you explain the 4 components throughout the health assessment. Like you heard Lindsay say last week, she said there's 2 ways to do it. One is you make sure they're all the components are at least hit by the very end. But how she threads the components throughout a health assessment, she's like, that's next level stuff. But the point is, she doesn't leave any of it out. By the end of a health assessment, a person really fully comprehends the component. So what will happen is on an integration call, we are going to reaffirm and revisit how your client is now utilizing for themselves those 4 components. So I don't know if I don't think I can switch it, but here we go. Okay, so the first component that we're going to talk about in the integration call is the healthy body piece. So my question to them is, in the first part is we're talking about setting up what are you feeding your body. So we wrote like 5-in-1 nursing moms. Let your business coach know this too before, in that 5 minutes you visit before you get on the integration call. Make sure they know which program this person's on, because the last thing you want is the person is the business coach coming in, asking all about 5-in-1, and they're like, I'm not on 5-in-1, I'm on Nursing Moms. And you're like, oh, now I have to rewire everything. So just let them know, the healthy body piece is which program and how are they doing with that? I like to ask the coach before we get on the call, what day did they hit fat burning? And that tells me a lot. So I don't think we need to talk too much because I think that healthy body is definitely a piece, but it's not the only piece, right? So we do touch on that. I do like to ask them, what are you loving about Optavia? And of course, this piece usually comes in is what they're feeding their body. The second piece is healthy mind. So in my mind, it works. What are you feeding your body and what are you feeding your mind? And so this is where the Habits of Health call / the podcast, because these are on podcast form, and podcast is like the big thing for a lot of people. So maybe they're using that, their Habits of Health book. Maybe they dove into their ebook. I have people that are really working to practice mindfulness. Maybe they're beginning a meditation practice because, for instance, they have a really hard time with sleep, and that's a piece of their Habits of Health they wanted to work on. So this could be a part of that. So I'm asking in the integration call, which pieces of the healthy mind component are you utilizing? Sometimes they're like, I read the whole ebook. Or sometimes they're like, I love all the facts in the Habits of Health. I just love Dr. A. Some people like, I'm reading or I'm listening to the podcast while I'm walking my dog. I love Susan LaBelle. Like, they'll know who our coaches are. I'm like, yeah, and then some people are like, I haven't even wrapped my head around that. This is a great time to mention something as simple as, when you're microwaving your biscuit and it's 2 minutes, an easy way to start this process is have your Habits of Health book by the microwave. And instead of flipping through your phone, you're taking that 2 minutes and maybe you're filling in your Discover Your Optimal Health. And they're like, oh, that's a great idea. So that's where we're starting to integrate the healthy mind. And then the third piece is community. So in a health assessment, I will ask, how will the community around you respond to you following a structured program? And I get some questions all across the board. But what this is often telling me is this person has extremely strong community around them. And so right then and there, a lot of people, just because of that, are going to want to join this person. Or this person has little to no community and they need the Optavia community on another level. And that's another window of why we would explore coaching for this person. I'm also asking, how are you utilizing our Facebook groups? And I'm letting them know if we have any in-person events coming up in their area. And then the fourth piece is support. So the posture I use on the health assessment for support is, I'll just tell you what I say. So I go, support is a two-way street. And I do find it's culturally, it's one of the hardest pieces for our clients to fully use because we're very independent, do-it-myself society. But that's not what I find is actually transforming our clients. What I find is that we lean into support. Your coach is here, we're here for you. But if you don't use us, then there's nothing that we can support. So it's really on the client's shoulders to utilize the support of their coach. And I'll edify this person that, just you being on this call alone is showing how much you want transformation. And I'll tell them, so-and-so, whoever I'm doing this call with, the health coach, I'll be like, so-and-so is telling me, like, you've been awesome about asking questions. You don't wait around. You ask when you need the answer. You're celebrating alongside them. So, I'm affirming for them, like, you're using the support, keep doing it. That's what successful clients do. And then I will ask them, or let me go back. In a health assessment, in the two-way street, I'm saying it's about receiving support and it's about giving support. Sometimes giving support is as much as you're energy is attractive, it's attracting other people. And they're going to start asking just because of the vibration you're putting out, or just because of the energy putting out, or depending on the person, I'll say because of, you're like a light now for other people and they're drawn to you. And so in the health assessment, I will say something to the effect of, at that point, we will be talking about, what do we do with all these people that are asking what it is you're doing? And we'll visit about that on your integration call, but I'm just letting you know people are going to start saying stuff. They're going to start complimenting you. And we'll talk about how to handle that in this integration call. And they're like, okay, that gets them all excited, but it's not real life, right? So it's not real. Now we're a week in and it's real. Now people are saying things. Now people have made comments. Now people are complimenting. I love to ask the person, what emotions are evoked when you receive a compliment? And you get mixed answers. Some people say it really motivates me. I love it. I love that I'm inspiring people. That's a window to explore coaching. Other people, it's like they kind of laugh and they're like, well, sometimes it's getting on a deeper level, because everybody who's ever lost weight knows that feeling when someone says something to you that it kind of feels, what do they call that? It's like kind of like a backhanded compliment, but it's not meaning to be, but you know what I mean? You're like, did I look like crap a week ago? Like, what happened? And we need to talk about those things, because that's how we're building real relationships. And so we all want to say, oh, it feels great, but sometimes it's weird. And so if you have somebody that's going through that struggle where they're like, I don't exactly know what to do with the attention, there's another window, because now I can give you a tool of what to do with that attention. If you're uncomfortable with it being about you, let's make it about them. They're, these are just windows. My job as the business coach coming in is I'm looking for the windows. I'm looking for doors to walk through. And I'm either going to get doors that I can walk through and walk through and walk through all the way to a Coach Explore, or I'm going to get wall, wall, wall. Sometimes I'll get door, 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 wall. Do you see what I'm saying? But I'm looking for the in on moving this on week 1 to a Coach Explorer as quickly as I can. So do we talk about that in the next part, Lynn?
Yep.
Okay. So perfect. So Lindsay described this. We talked about this today. Actually, you talk about it. I want you to talk about your takeaway today when we were talking.
Yeah, so many takeaways today when Ashley and I were putting this all together, just when you think you have it all figured out. So I love how we're talking about the 4 components on this integration call, because I think it's so easy to really get stuck in that first quadrant of the physical transformation. So we set up all of this time in going over these 4 components on the health assessment. And then as we're going through days 1 through 4, all we're kind of focusing on is getting into fat burn. And now it's time to bring it all back on the integration call and really go back to those 4 components. And that was kind of an aha for me today, is if we don't pull those 4 components back in, it's going to become all about that physical piece, the fueling piece, the being in fat burn, being on and off program. So that was a big aha for me. And I love that we're going back over the 4 components. And the windows, I love this, because everybody becomes a coach. We all have a reason why we decided to become a coach. For some of us, it's because we didn't have community. For others, it's because we needed accountability, or we just freaking love the program. I don't know, whatever your reason is, it probably had something to do with one of our 4 components. So when we're going back to the integration call, I love what Ashley said, is she's looking for the windows to explore this. So it's either going to go 1 or 2 ways. Either the Coach Explorer is going to be set up after this, or maybe you were getting, like she said, those walls. And then that's the time that, Ashley was telling me today, she sets this up on that call. Let's talk again in 4 weeks. I'd love to hear how you're doing. And you set that call up while you're on the integration call, because they're not ready to explore yet. So we talk about, what is the point of an integration call? This is the whole point. So we get stuck in that, like, we're talking about weight loss, and then we get stuck in, like, how are you feeling? Who's noticing? How are you feeling? Who's noticing? And then nothing's ever happening. So this was a huge aha for me today. If anybody else was getting aha today, drop a 3 in the chat, because seriously, so much good stuff.
Well, I did quite a few today or this week of integration calls for our team, and it's so funny, like how these transform. When I know how a health coach is setting up their health assessments by the time I get to the integration call. I guarantee it, because by the time I get to the integration call, for instance, Sarah Graves, you guys saw, like, I posted the thing about like top 5 sponsoring coaches of last month, and you saw Sarah Graves had sponsored 4 people last month, and the month before that it was 4 people. And how is she doing it? I'm the person that does her integration calls. She's frontline to me. So by the time we get to an integration call, I know how integrated her clients are by their health assessment. I know they're getting their daily text. I know she's like doing their support those first 4 days, helping them get into fat burn. So by the time we get to an integration call, it's literally like she teed me up and I'm just smacking it. I literally just smack them into an explore call. That's why we schedule explore calls on our integration call 9 times out of 10 with Sarah, because they're already there. Like, Sarah could lead the whole thing. I'm just backing her up. And so from that point, and on that, she now does them so often, I don't even need to get on her explore calls. But I would say, until you're kind of like sponsoring like that, bring your mentorship into your explore calls too. They'll know when you're ready to lead it yourselves, and then they'll just jump on your meet and greet. But for now, I would say until you're sponsoring like at that rate, like, bring them into the explore calls. So on this integration call, my goal is to get to the point where I'm like, you whatever way we're exploring it, but it's like, maybe it's like, you sound like a coach. Would you be open to exploring what coaching would look like? You're so-and-so's noticing, so-and-so's noticing, so-and-so's noticing. What if we did this together? And they're like, I'm open to exploring it. I'm like, great. So-and-so is going to send, whoever the health coach is, I'm like, they're going to send you a video. I'll have you watch that. And let's write down every question you think of, and we're going to visit on that. How's tomorrow look? Or how's, whatever, what's your next day off? So for instance, Kira, I did an integration call with her on Monday with a nurse that was on day 7. And we have her next day off is Friday, and so tomorrow, so we're doing her integration call tomorrow. So what I see is people wait like months to get to this point. I challenge you to get to week to get to this point. So the difference, people are like, how do these Tiffany Howards and Carol Hitz and then how do they do it? This is the difference. They do explore calls sooner, and they do more frequent everything. They just do it at a more accelerated rate. That's the only difference. It's the exact same system. They're just not waiting so long to do it.
They're making it a gold standard, right, Ash?
Yeah. It's like, if you want the textbook, this is the textbook. Anything outside of the textbook is, you know what I mean? So it doesn't mean it happens every time. I had one today that was let's visit in 2 weeks. So you'll get better and better and better when you just practice it more frequently, though. Okay, I think we covered it.
I think we got it.
All right.
I think we're sending to Susan.
No, I'm like, honestly, who's excited? Who's glad they showed up tonight? Right? Like, brilliant. I mean, Ashley, I just want to be in your brain for like 20 seconds even. Give me 20 seconds.
Me too.
No, and Lindsay, I agree. Like, wrapping it all back around, because we simplify on the health assessment our 4 components, but in reality, the clients that are coming to us sometimes come with such a diet mentality that they're still really focusing on how am I going to lose weight. And so we think we maybe taught it, but it's checking like what's been taught has been caught, and it can take that 1 week integration call. It can be at a 4 week, you're layering it and they're still not, they just stick with your people. And I can, but I love how you laid it out and how you're bringing it in just in a really awakening format, which is what you're so masterful at. There's some questions about integration calls, when and who. Go use your support threads. If you're like, you're on fire tonight, you're like, I want to do that, go comment on your support threads. They will help guide you to where you, based on, because they know your business, they know your next steps, they know all that. They're going to be able to assist you on that. So please go utilize that. We love a coach that's reaching out for help. Excited to move forward. So as we kind of wrap up tonight, how many of you also loved last Saturday, Pat Schatzline? Really like got me excited about being a CEO, right? Like, do we all realize that we all have the same business? You have the same business he has. You have the same business Brad and Ashley has. And it's really about treating your business, and you will treat it as big as you see it, right? And I love that he was really embracing and really being a master of what we do. And I want to bring on Lisa here, Stewart, just to kind of talk about wrapping up our month, because we have 9 full days left of this month. And that's a lot. And I know we talk in terms of month. It's really what you're creating for the future, but it is about that simple disciplines, what we can do every day. And I think as we kind of look to knowing, again, being in, no blame or anything, just like, where am I at? Where do I want to be? And just making the decision that you're going to do what it takes. You're going to show up to your business, even over this weekend, like every day, touch your business and actually really create what you want. I really saw a shift in Lisa and Gary last year when they made the decision to like go all in and really show up hungry to learn and grow and work their business and learn some of these little nuances. It's that 1 degree that Brad's always talking about, really learning to, look at their business in a way, make a plan, and actually go do the work that it was going to take and reach out and connect with the people with that sort of just love, but intensity. So Lisa, you want to kind of wrap us up? I mean, I feel like Ashley and Lindsay teed you up really well on things to be doing, but really if we're doing all this well, I'm just going to share a little bit about follow-up and referrals. I can tell you, if you just do what Ashley and
Did we lose Susan? I think she froze. Did she freeze for you guys?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead and take it, Lisa. Take it away.
Well, I really don't need to say a whole lot. They kind of did amazing. But real quick, end of the month, we're the time, seriously, 9 days left. Do you guys know what is possible for us to do in 9 days, really? But I want to talk about real quick is follow-up Friday. Follow-up. Does anyone on here ever struggle? Like, what do you do? Do you feel like you're bugging your people every time you're like, follow up Friday? Put a 3 in the chat. If follow up Friday or any kind of follow up, if that's a struggle for you, do you shy away from it because you don't know what to do, what to say? Do you feel like, hey, are you ready yet? Hey, are you ready yet? Do you still need to lose some weight or what? Is that kind of what you guys are feeling? Or do you feel like, I think one of my favorite quotes is always about how you make people feel is, I've learned that people will forget what you said, but people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So something to think about is, follow-up Friday can be done any day of the week. Don't make it like, oh crap, I got something going on Friday, I can't do it. It's just something we call follow-up Friday. It's just a little nugget in your calendar. But follow-up Friday does not need to be done in your office calling or texting or messaging people either. So some of the things I do, which this month, the end of August, is seriously going into September is major harvest time. Would you guys agree? We're going into a season where people are ready to get back in structure. So one of the things you can do, let's go back to the old school. Note cards, okay? Do you know during the week, if you sit there and have breakfast, usually I do this in the winter when I'm in Arizona, and I sit there and every morning I'll write 5 note cards. Okay, right now, who's ordered these new little hydration packs? Okay, what if you followed up or just sent somebody this? for no reason, because sometimes we feel like we're trying to get something. Hey, you want to go on my program? You want to go on my program? Hey, do you have a referral for me? What if we get back first before we ask for anything? What if you just sent someone a little text and said, hey, just thinking about you today. You know, I will send stuff to people that they haven't even inquired. I sent a message to a lady the other day, hey, and it was legit. I'm just thinking about you and praying for you today. You're on my heart. I pray about people in the morning to find out who God's going to put on my heart to touch. And I just sent it today. Oh my gosh. You know what? I don't even know this lady very well. She's like, hey, we never get a chance to see each other. I would like to connect with you. You know? So just being legit and real. I'll probably follow up with a card. I'll probably send her one of these. Hey, try some of our new stuff. You know what? Don't always be give me, give me, give me. Be giving. And I promise you it comes around. So when you're trying to put that funnel up and asking for referrals, I just tell my people straight up when they become a client. Just so you know, everyone either becomes a coach, whether you're a referring coach or whether you're actually a coach. I tell them that the day we place their order, so it's in their head. And then I just keep telling them that the whole time. You're going to become a coach, and then after that 1 week when you're doing that call with them, I also ask them, hey, would you be willing to post this little blurb on Facebook? Because it does two things. It helps you be more accountable. I know you want to be a private person, but can I tell you part of success for long-term to help you continue going is being a little bit more open and letting people know what's going on in your world. And if you just put this little blurb on there, I will answer all the questions. You don't have to. But if you have someone interested, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you the chance to either give you a referral or I'm going to help you coach them and we'll start your career. And just make it simple. Quit making things weird. Ask for referrals. Right now is the time. But also, before you start asking everybody for referrals or if they want to do your program or follow-up, stop and ask yourself what you were doing for other people first. So they're going to remember more about that you noticed them, or, you know, sometimes when I'm in Oregon for the winter or in the summertime, because it is a small community, I can go visit people during the day. I take them coffee, I take them flowers. I get more business doing that than if I did calling them. Get out of the office, make it real, love on people, show them you care. You're not just trying to get something for them, and I guarantee that will make a difference. Whether you you still follow up with your ones. Also do this with people that have fell off program. Oh, I haven't talked to someone in 6 months. They haven't ordered. Send them a card. I guarantee, especially right now going into September, go down and buy a stack of cards and start sending those things out. Start small. Send 5 out a day. Just little things like that will make a big difference. And let's start filling that funnel back up. Season right now it's harvest time. Harvest time, so get ready to, if you're not planting those seeds, you're not going to have anything to harvest. If you're not loving on people, you have nothing to harvest, and that's on you. So you guys all have the same thing to do, so I'm going to give it back to Susan.
I love it, Lisa. Preach it, girl. You know, she does this really well. She celebrates and loves on people, and it always comes back tenfold. So when we're talking follow-up, tomorrow is follow-up Friday, right? Yes, you can follow up. Don't wait till Friday. If you talk on Monday and they're just checking with their husband that night, don't wait till Friday. Check, you can follow up Tuesday, but tomorrow's follow-up Friday. And sometimes it's all about relationships with follow-up. Sometimes it is about checking in. How are they doing? But other times it is a direct invitation. Like sometimes we get so soft on it. We've forgotten the direct invitation. Like, are they ready to get started? Okay. Like, hey, I've been thinking about you. I loved your goals of wanting to be able to ski this winter. I'm ready when you're ready. And really reaching out. And what I love is that Brad and Ashley always bless us, right, folks? And they want us to all succeed. And they have an amazing, amazing offer, gift, really just because they want us to help and serve more people, but also they want us to know that this will assist us all to just get into action, and who are those people that we're really strongly wanting to follow up with. So Brad, let me share my screen, but I'm going to let you kind of share what you and Ashley are blessing us all with here.
All right, guys, tonight was an amazing call. incredible. And what's really mostly incredible is your guys' consistency. You know, just watching you guys stay consistent. You guys are starting to see it. Like Lisa was saying, it's harvest time. It is that real time where I think you guys have probably – actually, I'm going to ask one last question as we wrap up here tonight. Drop me a 1 in the chat if you started to see some of the fruit of your seed planting. Have you seen some of those messages start to pop up? Have you seen those referrals come in? Have you seen like the, oh my gosh, like I've gotten so many messages from coaches like, oh my gosh, it's working. It's like, yeah, it really is. And it's just the early season right now. Right now, people are, you know, stepping into people's worlds. You know, I love when Ashley was talking about this earlier with Lindsay about how much people really do want to step into this, what they need in their life, what they're looking for, and we're the guys to help create that. So tonight's training, the last few nights' trainings are like, we've just put grease on the wheels that help you speed along the process of breakthrough for people. And for that, because you guys are tearing it up just so much, staying consistent, and that's where breakthrough happens, we wanted to give you guys something to go do for Follow Up Friday, because Follow Up Friday is really a pulse check on your business. It's where's your relationships at? Do you need to get out? Like Lisa, got to brag on you. Talked to you this morning about doing this call. And you were like, guess what I'm doing? I'm going walking with people. And I was like, are those pre-clients? And you go, you better believe it. Getting out of your office, doing more than just the 3-3-3. Yes, do the 3-3-3. Do the 5-3-3. That was the step from boot camp this week. But tomorrow on Follow Up Friday, we're going to give you a tool to reach out. And this is a follow-up in itself. It is a touch. It's a reason. It's a fence sitter. So $25 matching scholarships for new clients and new coaches. So I want to make sure I go over the posture on this as we wrap up here. Is it's limited. Like they will go away. They're unlimited. We're gonna drop $2,000 in matching scholarships. It's up to you to use them up. Last month the $1,000 got used up in like 30 hours. You guys didn't even waste any time on it. So we're like, well, we better offer it this month, like $2,000. So $2,000. And here's the posture on reaching out. You know, reach out. This is a connection point. Your 3-3-3 can now become like 20-4-4, whatever it is you want it to be. This is your chance for the people you have been delving into a relationship to say, hey, I have this little extra nudge to get started. Like I was talking with Emily Mathers, what do you do with all those people where you know they want to get started, but they just kind of, they're on the line. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked that today, because guess what we're doing tonight? I gave her kind of a sneak preview of what we were doing. This is what this is set for. Sarah Graves on our last Copy and Consistency series went over exactly how to utilize this tool. This is for your spend sitters. So this is a touch for all these people, and let them know it's unlimited. Like I noticed on the bottom here, notice that sometimes like she puts out, like Sarah, because Sarah made all these graphics, and these will be posted in the page. She lets people know how many they have, so it really is like limited. They have to act on it. So anyways, we got $2,000 out there for you guys to use. Follow Up Friday, tear it up. Like we'll see how long it takes till these $2,000 is used up. Go crazy, and really, honestly, the reason why we want to throw it out there is you guys are out there changing lives. Like you can just catch the pulse of it from Facebook. I'm so like, I can't even tell you, I'm elated to be able to be around you guys and be in connection with you. So let's add some more gasoline to the fire. And just like if you saw my live on the Facebook page today, businesses are built. Like I see Nicole Rodriguez over at the FIBC Summit right now. I remember when she was a senior coach just a year and a half ago. Basically, businesses are built with what you decide to do with these last few days in the month. So with that being said, we want to give you this tool to reward you for your consistency, for your seed planting. And just remember one last piece. Even if it doesn't work out, you know, $30 is just a reason for them to start. We don't want to convince anyone to start. This is just to tip them over the edge for the people that are already there. For that, or coaching, whichever. It's a reach out tool. For all your seeds, all your action, it's going to come back to you next month. Like Lisa was talking about, next month is the go time. Like you will really see your fruition. Every Copy and Consistency we do, we always see it. Like yes, that month that we do the training is the best month, but it doesn't like even compare to what happens after your consistency is displayed. So here you guys go crazy. Follow Up Friday will be the best Follow Up Friday there is. Plant those seeds. Let's get those people started. And remember that it's going to lead them to be able to just tee them up to start after Labor Day. So win, win, win. All right, you guys, finish up. Last 10 days of the month strong. Susan, I'm kicking back to you so we wrap up with the action step. Let's go get it.
Awesome. So are you okay with Follow Up Thursday night?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think Lisa said that it's okay to follow up all the time.
I mean, it's kind of like, hey, I'm excited. When you're excited and you feel like, this is why I show up to, we show up to trainings, honestly, you guys, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So I know everyone's cup is like full. Go love on some people tonight. Like, go for it. You can do Friday too, but I love it. And, I think what I always hear with incentives is just, I don't want to be like, I'm just going to be really bold here. Like, I don't want to be salesy. And here's the thing. if like it's salesy if this is all you share and all you post. If every time you reach out to them, you're throwing them some deal or what, then that's not who you are, who we are. Like, we live and breathe and brand we are health ambassadors. And so, and we add value, and occasionally just to share, then it's like, that's where the consistency comes in. If we're consistent, we're building relationships all the time. This is not weird or salesy, right? Like, it's just an offer because we really want people to move forward. So with that, Brad and I today were like, really? Like, Dan kind of nailed it with the action steps last week, because this is dialed in. This is like, we're doing the do, engaging you guys into the boot camps. Congrats on being here tonight, upping your 3x3x3 every day, you know, tracking this. So going to 5, 3, and 3, invite one person to explore coaching per day. So it's like, what's that one simple discipline we can do every day? You know, looking today at your map, your structure, what actions do you need to create the rest of your month? Connect back with your support team, like have a really clear action to wrap up strong. And then we'll see you, you know, next Monday, next Thursday. We'll see you this Saturday morning. Make those rocks into your calendars, the client supports, the integration calls, the team trainings, and your follow-up Friday. From there, you guys, you just stay consistent, plant those seeds, and we're so excited for you. So thank you. Good to see everybody. Hope you guys all, let's get right into action. If you've got time tonight, thank you, Brad, and Ashley for the incredible gift to just want the best out of all of us. So, and thank you to the trainers, Lindsay, Ashley, Lisa, and to Lynn and Christina who shared as well. Love you all, and let's go do this thing. All right, good night, everybody.
Thank you, Susan. Awesome stuff. Great stuff, Lindsay and Ash. And Lisa, too.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you, Brad and Ashley.
All right, let's go plant some more seeds. Let's harvest. Let's change some more lives. Talk to you guys later. Great job tonight, Susan.